Hello friends, in this video I will show you how you can create this awesome and amazing splitting animation effect in Microsoft PowerPoint. Do you desire to create eye-catching effects in your presentation? Stick around till the end of this video. I will show you step by step how you can create this amazing text splitting effect using Microsoft PowerPoint. Whether you are making a presentation for your research, for your content creation, even for your business, these animation tips will guide you effectively to wow your audience to create an engaging, impactful, and exciting presentation. Before we dive in, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly do so. Hit the notification bell, like this video, and share so that you receive updates each time we upload a new video on this channel. Now, without much ado, let's dive into the video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, to create this amazing smart text splitting animation effect in Microsoft PowerPoint, step one is to set up your background. To do that, let's head over to layout, select blank slide. After that, we go to insert and then go to pictures, and then we go to device. In device, we head straight to where we have our pictures. I have already downloaded the picture that I will be using for this presentation. We get to search, and here we select this, and we have this. Beautiful. Now the next is to use this picture to cover the entire slide. To do that, hold shift, hold control, and then you drag to cover the entire slide. Awesome. Once that is done, let's go to the crop tool, click and select fill. And having done that, we are going to use this option and drag it, cut it to the slide, and then we do the same here. We cut it to the slide as well. Awesome. Once that is done, the next we do is we use this and ensure we bring it up to the point where we want to use in the picture. Once we are satisfied on this aspect, let me bring it up a bit. Let me bring it up a bit more. All right. Once we are satisfied, we go over to this and we click crop. Beautiful. And this is our background. Let's zoom out a bit. Also, the next we do is to insert our text, the text we want to split. Here we are making use of smart. Here I'm going to type X. On this X, let me select this, go to font. I'm going to make use of this font, and then come to font size. I'm going to type 250, hit enter, and here we have this particular text here. Now the next we do is to give it the color. We are going to come over to this, and then we make this, select this particular color here. Next we do is go to shape format, come to the shape field, and then text effect, come to shadow, and we select this inner shadow. Beautiful. Having done that, the next thing we do is we duplicate this, Ctrl D, into 4 places to give us the different text we want. Here we have this, we have this, and then we have this. Inside each, go ahead and put what you want. Here we are making use of smart. Going to put this smart here, and see you at the end. All right, here we have our smart. The next we do is we try to align it. We try to align it perfectly. So we have this at the end, and then let's copy this entire stuff. Go to align, say align middle. Now they are all aligned at the center, and then we come here and distribute horizontally, and we have stuff like this, and we have stuff like this here. We are going to make this here, and then let's redistribute them so as to have a perfect distribution. All right. Now, once that is done, we are going to begin the process of splitting this text. To do that, I'm going to click on this and then press Ctrl D. All right, then the next we do is to group the text. Once that is done, we go to align, say align center, and then come to this and say align middle. Beautiful. They are all aligned on top each other perfectly. Now, having done that, we come over to this place. We have to draw the table or the rectangular box. Ctrl D. Let's separate this. And to do this, To split this text, let's come to view and then enable our smart card, and we have stuff like this. We need to ensure that these are in the center, and that for me, I think is at the center. But to confirm that, I'm going to right click here, come over to grid lines, and then I'm going to insert a vertical line so as to bring this up to this place. Awesome. Now with this, then shows me that this particular stuff needs to be properly aligned. So I'm going to move it up to be well aligned. Awesome. Now the next I'm going to do is to also bring in another horizontal grid lines, and then let me bring this one down here. Awesome. This shows me a perfect alignment. And having done that, the next I will do is to come over to this place, put this on top here, ensure that it's at the center, and then select this text, hold my control and select this shape, head over to shape format, and then come to make shapes and say subtract. Awesome. Once that is done, I'm going to select this, bring it over to this place. Awesome. Select this particular shape, this particular text, hold control, and then select the shape as well. Head over to merge and say subtract. We have stuff like this, so that if we have this is separate, that is separate, Ctrl Z. If we come over to this, it's also separate. Let's Ctrl Z. Now we have this, and the same thing we will do is we do the same process is what we will do over to this M, A, R, and T. And to do that, we are going to make this fast and see me at the end. All right, now having done that, let's remove this smart guard. All right, now if we preview, we have stuff, amazing stuff like this. Awesome. Now the next we do is we come to the picture, right click, go to format picture, go to this picture correction, come to this, and then the brightness, let's set it to -50 to give it a more darker shade. Awesome. This is amazing. This is beautiful. Okay, now once that is done, the next we are going to do is we duplicate this slide. Let's say Ctrl D to duplicate this slide. All right, now once that is done, we come back to this, and then let's put in our text, and then we can put in the text here. We can call this goal setting strategy. Okay, once that is done, let's also select this, go over to this place, and let's make the space 10. Let's make the space 10. All right, and we say okay. Once we are done, we make it center line, and then let's give it a size of 80, and let's extend it here, and then let's extend it here as well. Beautiful. All right, then we come over to this, and let's select this color, let's take it up a bit, and let's head over to shape, come to shape, and then the 3D, let's also say the inner. Awesome. We have stuff such as this. Okay, once we are done, let's bring it to this point a bit. Okay, now having done that, the next we are going to do is let's duplicate this. Having duplicated this, let's come over to this and take it up. All right, now I'm coming them to do this. Okay, the next we are going to do is to introduce my smart guard again, the horizontal smart guard, and once that is done, I'm going to use that, going to say set it to 2 points so as to have a uniform stuff. I'm going to set this to 2 points as well. Once I'm done, the next I'm going to do is to come over to this, select hold shift, and take it up here. Click on this hold shift and bring it down here. Awesome. All right. The next is to put in the text. Here I'm going to put in the text. Here is specific. Let's make it this color. And then let's select the same font. And let's make it 40. Another 10, let's make it very loose so as to create some space and bring it in here. Let's position it at the center of this. All right, now once that is done, the next we do is we duplicate this slide again, Ctrl D, and then come over to this. We are going to extend this one more, extend it to 3, and then we are going to extend this to 3 as well. Okay, and then hold shift, bring it down, hold shift, and you can take it up more. Here you are going to insert your text, and for this video we are going to be using a dummy text. Let's make this center now. We are going to make use of dummy text, and to do that I'm going to be using, let me select this, say 20. Let's use a short of Lauren, let me say 1,1, and enter. We have this. I highlight and then come over to this. I'm going to select area, calibrate, and then make the color white. Choose white text. And the next to do is, let me just cut off from here. Awesome. I'm having this as this. In this, for your presentation, you just insert your text, whatever you are talking on, that is on that. Then the next is to duplicate this as well. Ctrl D. Let's bring it down here, and let's come over to this. I'm going to delete this, and then let me bring this marker to 2, and then let me bring this marker again to 2. All right, the next is to come over, hold shift, push this down to touch the guide, and then up here I'm going to come over to this. Let me select this, Ctrl C, and come over to this place and paste it, Ctrl V, and let me move it here. And then I'm going to delete specification. I'm going to put here measurable. Extend this, extend. All right, awesome. Now the next is also to click on this and say Ctrl D. Once that is done, I'm going to come over to the smart guard, take it to 3 as well, and then come over to this and take it to 3 as well, and then come over here, hold shift, move this down, select this, hold shift, move it up, and then come over to this. For this one, let me go over to this aspect and then copy this, Ctrl C, and come over to this place and paste, Ctrl V, and then let me do this, delete this, and then bring this to this place as the content. The next I'm going to do, let me extend this, and then remove this measure. And that is what we have for this particular slide. Repeat it for the other slides. All right, having completed this, we have all this. This is for specific, this is for measurable, and the last. The next we do is to come to this and add some moving effects. Let me zoom in a bit, and let's remove the guides. We don't need the guides now. They have finished their work. All right, now the next we do is to come to this picture, right click, go to format picture. Under format picture, we come to the size and properties, come to picture size, and then here we have this picture size to be 34. And let me go ahead and let's make it 60. All right, and we have it such as big as this. The next we do is we position it, bring this picture to be positioned at the center of this. All right, that's what we have. We make this 60. The other ones we will be adding 55 to it. This will be 65. Click on the picture, right click, go to format picture, brings you to this, go to this place, and then we have 60. Here we are going to be using 65. Hit enter. That becomes this, and then also endeavor to place it at the center. Seeing the smart card already shows that it's at the center. All right, beautiful. And repeat it for the remaining of these slides, and see me at the end. All right, now having resized the picture size, having added the sizes and position them and position the pictures at the center where we have stuff like this, you see it is increasing as we move to the next slide, and that is one of the stuff we need to do to give it a moving effect. Next is to now animate our text. to go and animate our text. And to do that, let me remove this and come over to this text and say to animation, and then let me use the zoom animation, and we have stuff like this. I need to increase it to 1 second and then set it to start with previous, and we have stuff like that. Then the next is I will have to zoom this, and then I will set it also to zoom, and also let me make it 1 second and let's set it to start with previous. Also, moving ahead to this, we also animate this with the same as zoom animation, and to do that, to save us time, let me come over to this, copy the animation, go into animation painter and come over to this and then apply it to this animation. You see that is 1 second, and at the same time it starts with previous. And the same way you repeat these steps for the remaining of the slides, and see me at the end. All right, now having applied animations to the slides, to the tests, the same animation, zoom animation, feel free to use any animation of your choice. The next we do is we are going to duplicate this, Ctrl D, and that we place it at the end of our slide. Let's take it down to the end, and boom, we have stuff like this. Then the next we do is we are to separate this. Let's select the entire top, and then let me right click, bring back the grid lines, the horizontal grid lines. I need the two. Awesome. Now I'm going to set it to the previous, which is 2. Set it to 2, and then this one as well, bring it down to 2. Awesome. Once that is done, let me select this again. Let me select this again, and then use my arrow key to move them up. Awesome. And then click out, select these ones, use my arrow key to move it down as well to ensure it touch that. All right, now once that is done, what I will do is I will go over to this place and then copy this, Ctrl C, come over here and Ctrl V, and then because of the spacing, let me bring it down, select it, go to my home, reduce the font, make it 30. Awesome. And then position it a bit at the center. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Once that is done, I need to go to the other ones and then select this, come to this relevance, Ctrl C, come over to my slide here, and then Ctrl V. I will also head over to my size and say 30, enter to reduce the size. Let me move it down a bit. Repeat these steps for the remaining of the slides, and see me at the end. All right, and here we are. We have repeated, brought back the remaining, all the test specific, measurable, achievement, achievable, relevant, and time bound. The zoom animation effect. Here we are going to go to animation, and then already has the zoom animation. This also has the zoom animation, and then if we preview this, we have stuff like this. Beautiful. Now what we are going to do now is we are going to set this to start after previous. Then we are going to have this start after previous, and then come over to this one. We are going to set it also to start after previous. Then this as well, I'm going to set it to start after previous, and then set it to start after previous as well. And then let's preview and see what we have. Beautiful, beautiful, awesome, awesome. Now having done that, finally is to apply morph animation. Let me remove this smart guard, remove this at the same time. Let me remove this as well. Awesome. Now finally, the next we do is to apply a morph transition to give us a very seamless and powerful transition. So click on the second slide, hold your shift, let's go down, select all, head over to transition and apply morph transition. We have an effect like this. Beautiful. Now, once we are done, let's play and see a very awesome animation and awesome transition we have. All right. All right, before we transition, before we play, let's also animate our smart to select all and then go to animation. Under the animation, we can select this bounce to give it a dynamic effect to have stuff like this. Awesome. Beautiful. Now the next we do here is on this particular slide, we can add a transition. On this transition, um, let's say we add this bishop transition. Awesome. Now let's play and see what an. And this is how you can create a stunning text splitting animation effect in PowerPoint. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more PowerPoint tricks. And let us know in the comments what animation effects you do like to see next time. Till then, keep creating amazing presentation, keep creating an amazing slide, and see you in our next video. Thank you and see you.